Hello, welcome back to the reading of the poem of the Man God, written by Maria Valtorta, Volume 1, Chapter 103, Part 2. The conversation during the walk. Jesus on Lebanon with the shepherds Benjamin and Daniel. The conversation with the disciples continues. These are lovely places, remarks Peter. And it is not even very warm, says Simon. The sun is no trouble because of the trees, adds Matthew. Did they get the temple cedars here? Asks John. Yes, they did. These forests yield the most beautiful wood. Daniel and Benjamin's master owns many of them, as well as large herds. They saw the trunks on the spot, and then carry them down to the valley along those gullies, or by strength of arms. It is hard work when the trunks are to be used totally undressed, as was so in the case of the temple. But he pays well, and many work for him. And then he is quite good. He is not like cruel Doras. Poor Jonah, replies Jonathan. Why are his servants almost slaves? When I said to Jonah, leave him in the lurch and come with us, Simon of Jonas will always have some bread for you. He replied, I cannot, unless I redeem myself. What is the situation? Doras, and he is not the only one in Israel, is used to doing this. When he sees a good servant, he makes him a slave by subtle cunning. He debits him with false amounts of money, which the poor man cannot pay. And when the sum is sufficient, he says, you are my slave by debt. Oh, what a shame! And he is a Pharisee. Yes, as long as Jonah had some savings he was able to pay. Then, one year it was a hailstorm. The next year, the drought. Corn and vineyards yielded little, and Doras multiplied the damage by 10, and by 10 again. Then Jonah was taken ill through excessive fatigue, and Doras lent him the money for the cure, but he exacted repayment 12 to 1. And as Jonah could not pay, he added it to the rest. In short, after a few years, there was a debt that made him a slave, and he will not let him go. He will always find other excuses and other debts. Jonathan is sad, thinking of his friend. And could your master not, have him treated as a human being? And who would go against the Pharisees? Doras is one of the most powerful ones. I think that he is also a relative of the high priest. At least so they say. Once when he was thrashed almost to death, and I was told, I wept so much that Chusa said to me, I will redeem him to make you happy. But Doras laughed in his face and would not accept anything. That rascal, he owns the best fields in Israel. But I can assure you, they are fertilized by the blood and tears of his servants. Jesus looks at the zealot, and the zealot looks at him. They are both grieved. And is Daniel's master good? At least he is human. He exacts, but he does not oppress. And as the shepherds are honest, he treats them with affection. They are responsible for the pastures. He knows and respects me, because I am a servant of Chusa, and I may be useful to him. But why, my Lord, is man so selfish? Because love was strangled in the earthly paradise. But I have come to loosen the noose and to give life back to love. Here we are in Elijah's estate. The pastures are still far away. But at this time, the sheep are almost always in the folds because of the heat. I'll go and see if they are there. And Jonathan runs away. He comes back after some time with 2 robust, gray-haired herdsmen who really dash down the slope to meet Jesus. Peace to you. Oh, our baby of Bethlehem, says one, and the other, may the peace of God, which has come to us, be blessed. The 2 men are prone on the grass. The reverence paid to an altar is not so deep as the present reverence for the Master. Stand up. I reciprocate your blessing, and I am happy to do so, because it descends joyfully on whoever is worthy of it. Oh, we are worthy. Yes, you are, because you have always been faithful. And who would not have been faithful? Who could forget that hour? Who can say it is not true what we saw? Who can forget that you smiled at us for months when we used to call you in the evening, when we came back with our sheep and you clapped your hands to the sound of our pipes? Do you remember, Daniel? Almost always dressed in white in your mother's arms, you appeared to us in the sun rays in Anne's meadow or at the window, and you looked like a flower on your mother's snow-white dress. And once you came, taking your first steps to caress a little lamb, not quite so curly as you. How happy you were, and we did not know what to do with our rustic persons. We would have liked to be angels, to be less coarse. Oh, my friends, I saw your hearts, and I still see them now. And you smile at us like as you did then. And you came here to see us poor shepherds. To my friends, I am happy now. I have found you all, and I will not lose you any more. Can you give hospitality to the Son of Man and his friends? Oh Lord, do you have to ask us? We are not short of bread and milk, but if we had only one morsel, we would give it to you, to have you here with us. Is that right, Benjamin? We would give you our hearts as food, our longed-for Lord. Let us go then. We shall speak of God. And of your relatives, Lord. Joseph, so good. Mary, oh, she the mother. See, look at this dewy narcissus. It is beautiful and pure, and its top is like a diamond star. But she, oh, this flower is insignificant when compared to the mother. A smile of hers was purification. To meet her was a feast. To listen to her was to be sanctified. Do you remember her words too, Benjamin? Yes, and I can repeat them for you, because what she told us during the months we could listen to her is written here, and he strikes his chest. It is the page of our wisdom, and we also understand it because it is a word of love. And love, oh, love is understood by everybody. Come, Lord, come in and bless our happy abode. They enter a room near the large fold, and it all ends. This has been a reading from the Poem of the Man God, written by Maria Valtorta, Volume 1. Chapter 103, Part 2, Jesus on Lebanon with the shepherds Benjamin and Daniel. Thank you for listening. I will see you tomorrow. May God bless you, and may peace be with you.